Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and today I'm doing a quick review for Dogfight, a sausage bomber story. Now this game releases onto the Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam and Epic Games Store on April 13th, and it's going to be priced at $18 or €18. Now I played this on the Xbox Series X and it's developed by Katsu Entertainment LLC and published by Houndpick Games, and I was looking to be sent a copy prior to its release to do this video, so big thank you for that. Now, this game is a shmup, which is basically a follow-on of their original IP Sausage Bomber that was released back in 2013 on PC and mobile. So this is basically a sequel which expands and improves on the original game, basically. This game takes place 10 years since the end of the Sausage War and the victory of the Sausage Corps. So sausage weapon technology brought peace and huge growth in fields of science, industry and medicine, and basically it's ushered in an unprecedented era of prosperity. However, a new threat has started to rise, basically a terrorist organisation, the Vega Nation. I think that's aimed at vegans there. And the Sausage Bomber Corps must once again rise to protect the world with a brand new sausage-based weaponry. So, yeah, this game is a side-scrolling shmup. And honestly, even with the silly sort of sausage-themed sort of story and plot, and weaponry and stuff like that, I really enjoyed this. Now, the game features a story mode with 4 difficulty levels, so you can set it at whatever level you want to play it, and it also has a speedrun mode as well, which is really cool to see, like a speedrun mode with like the timer and stuff like that. I thought that was a really cool addition, especially for a shmup game. Now, you'll fight your way through a whole host of levels, defeating a ton of enemies, both flying and ground-based. At the end of every level, you'll come up against a sort of boss fight against like a giant enemy. And if you've ever played a shmup, you'll basically know the drill. Now, this game features 24 different weapons, so there's a load of different sort of loadout combinations you can try, and you're able to sort of tweak and edit your loadouts in between missions and set it up to how you want to play. Now, the game also features 4-player drop-in and drop-out co-op play, and you can also pick from a variety of different pilots. So, obviously, because it's 4-player, you can all play as different pilots. Each of them have their own unique planes and special abilities, which I thought was nice, because it gives you, even when you're playing solo, it gives you a bit more sort of randomization, a bit more replayability, being able to sort of mix it up. Now, graphically, the game features hand-drawn sprites and painted backgrounds, and it looks really bright and colourful. They've definitely gone for like a Saturday morning cartoon-style vibe to it, and it pulls it off. It looks great. It's very crisp and colourful. Nice big thick black lines around everything and stuff like that. Really, really good. Now, the story has a lot of sort of humour in it. I did quite enjoy the humour. I did like how like the boss battles were sort of linked together as you went on as well. I thought that was pretty funny. And I did like how on the boss battles, it's not just simply shooting the boss. You had to sort of like disable their weapons, hit them in certain points and stuff like that. And all the bosses sort of behave differently. They all had different sort of attack patterns and sort of movements you had to avoid. Now, the gameplay is very sort of classic shmup-like. You can fire forward, you can go up and down, but one thing I did like, you had a button to sort of flick back and forth, so you'd sort of spin round. So if you miss an enemy, you don't necessarily have to sort of write them off. You can just flip your plane around and sort of shoot behind you. Now, this, you don't really use this during the main levels, but when you get to the boss fights, sometimes having to flick from direction like forward to backwards is necessary to defeat some of the bosses and not die, basically. Now, the soundtrack is an original soundtrack that's composed by Dale North, who did RWBY, Arafel, Dreamscaper, Wizard of Legend, and we're actually going to be doing a review of this soundtrack because we've been sent it separately from the sort of audio soundtrack publishing company, so expect a review of that up on the website very soon as well. Now, overall, this is a really fun game. You get 9 distinct environments to battle your way through, each with all of their own unique enemy types for those levels. Over 250 weapon combinations you can build up, and you get all of those sort of classic power-ups when you're playing, from sort of like little minions that fly around shooting, more powerful weapons, more bullets coming out, so you do like 3 rows instead of 2, all that sort of stuff. And honestly, it's a very, 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 very fun game. I had an absolute blast playing it. I only played it single player, unfortunately. I haven't had time to find someone to play it with multiplayer yet, but this is one of those games that's staying on my hard drive, and I cannot wait to play it some more. It's so fun, it's simple, yet really addictive, and it has a lot of accessibility options, which I'm glad modern shmups are starting to implement, because obviously we all love a classic shmup with like hardcore difficulty, but it's nice to be able to play the game through on a difficulty that suits you, and then go back and increase that difficulty if you see fit, whereas the old school days it was like if you sucked you just didn't get to the end of the game basically. So highly recommend checking this one out. Like I say, it comes out very soon. It's out next week on the 13th of April, and it's going to be priced at €18.18. And like I say, available on Xbox Series consoles, playable on PlayStation 4 and PS5, Nintendo Switch and PC on both Steam and the Epic Games Store. But yeah, check this one out, really fantastic. And hit that like button, guys, if you've enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll be back soon for more gaming content. Bye for now.